What is ML, machine learning, and AI, artificial intelligence, and what, if any, are their differences, and why is that important?
So, it's a good question. I think these, especially now, since all these kind of words are being thrown out with kind of not so much regard to the distinction, but really, the way I learned it was that AI is kind of like this broad umbrella of any kind of technical behavior that mimics human intelligence. Machine learning is kind of a subset of that, and so it's like machine learning is a subset of AI where which uses like statistics and so forth to make predictions, and then within that, even you have like the deep learning and the large language model. So like all of that is kind of like a subset on top of that, but arguably machine learning is AI. It's just kind of like a special, like a subset of it. It's really the best way I think to explain it.
And so when people talk about the two, I mean, I know they use them interchangeably, which makes sense, right? But
Yeah.
everyone worries about AI and Skynet and taking over the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Where are we with true artificial intelligence today? Like, where do we sit?
Oh, well, I'm not so much of a pessimist on that. Like, if you really, if you really kind of start to pick apart how these models actually work, um, you, s- I mean, they're really, they're, I don't think we're anywhere near Skynet. Like, I'm not worried about that yet. I remember it's funny because I remember when I was an undergrad. This was a long time ago. I'm not going to date myself here, but I was there was my university offered a class in artificial intelligence, and I was like, that is so cool. Totally going to take that. And I remember being so disappointed when I actually learned when they actually taught us like how these things work, and you're like, oh come on, like, but really, to me, I these like what we're seeing now with with ChatGPT is really amazing. It's incredible what it can do. Um, but with that said, there's also like a lot of things that it can't do, and it's and because of that, there's some real limitations on what its capabilities are. So, which is fine. I mean, that's we're gonna keep making it better and so forth. But yeah, I don't see us getting there anytime soon. Where I'm more excited about with this, like I was saying, is not so much the chat bot interactions. I think that's neat, but I see a lot of opportunities to make software just a lot better, and by using large language models, and also if there's, I think, and this is another area that I know people are researching is how to make them a lot more efficient and thus a lot smaller. Because the ChatGPTs of the world, they're very expensive to train and to run, and so if people can have models like that that run efficiently on like a desktop or a phone even, then the possibilities are really going to be endless.
I'm going to piggyback on this. Do you have a specific thing that you've used ChatGPT for that was just really cool?
So the text to SQL piece was, I think, is really cool because essentially what that lets you do is talk to your data. Like you could just ask it questions and it generates, an answer for you. That so to me, that's as a data scientist, that's really cool. Another thing that I was really blown away by was this was, I would say, on the experimental level. Like I was experimenting with doing anomaly detection exercises with it. And what was amazing to me was, so I fed it a bunch of data and just said, prompted it to tell me about any anomalies that it found. It found the anomalies, but it also, and I think this was a really amazing part, it explained why. So it wasn't just like, you know, there's an anomaly here. It would tell you like, CPU usage dropped to 0 at time index X or something like that. So if it can do that, and if you can do that on the kind of like a, scale and, securely and not compromising an organization's privacy, that's really amazing. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.